Emergency. I've lost my boy.
I Storbritannien anmäls varannan minut att en person försvunnit.
You feel total panic.
Is there anything in the address that shows any sort of planned absences, any notes?
There are hundreds of different reasons as to why people might be missing from home.
Concerns are growing for the welfare of a missing Darlington pensioner.
Archie!
Losing time can be catastrophic.
Polisen försöker att kartlägga hur personen rörde sig fram till försvinnandet.
Some crumb, a sighting, that's what we're after, proof of life.
What is going on in your head? Where are you going? What are you going to go and do next?
Kameror följer Durham-polisens arbete minut för minut under sökandet.
You saw the male at the cemetery.
We've seen leaving the cemetery and turning right.
För familj och vänner är ovissheten plågsam.
You see people missing all the time, but you don't actually feel it, do you, until it actually happens to somebody who's close. It's the worst feeling in the world.
It doesn't matter how close you are to somebody. Everybody has secrets.
I found him. I've just found him. I've just found him now.
I want to know where my son is. I need to be with him.
Darlington klockan 8 på kvällen.
LA2 night shift Darlington officers. Observations are requested for a 12-year-old Joshua missing from Darlington.
I'll print some copies out for everybody.
He wears dark blue glasses and is around 5 foot tall, medium build, with mousy blonde hair. He was last seen wearing dark tracksuit bottoms, black trainers, and a white t-shirt with superheroes on.
Joshua has learning difficulties. No direction of travel. No idea where he may be.
I grevskapet Durham arbetar polisen med i snitt 47 försvunna barn per vecka. Joshua har inlärningssvårigheter och fallet prioriteras.
When they say the child's got learning difficulties, do we know the nature of those?
That's all we've got at the minute. They're just going to the address now to try and get further details.
Kommissarie Sarah Honeyman ringer Joshuas mamma.
Emily, got officers en route to you now. There's just a couple of questions that I'd like to ask just to help. Is there anywhere else you can think of that our other officers could be checking? Your mum's, what's her address? I know you are, I know. It's starting to get dark, isn't it? All right. OK, we'll be with you very shortly, but we are looking.
Your child is the most precious thing in your life. As a parent myself, you'd really be looking for somebody to say everything's going to be OK, but you can't give that guarantee, and it would be wrong to.
We've only got about another hour of daylight, if that.
I'll go and see who's available.
Thanks, Barry.
You can only tell them that you will do absolutely everything in your power to locate their loved one.
Polisassistenterna Simon Hopper och Jane Moore har inte hittat några spår vid Joshuas hem.
You've got all of us looking for him. Well, we shall do our best to find him for you, okay?
I don't want anything to happen to him.
Mamman Emily har nedsatt hörsel och märkte inte att Joshua lämnade huset.
We're going to put a request in for the council just to check on their cameras, because hopefully Josh will have run that way into the park, and then we can sort of, if the camera picks him up, we can see if he's gone.
Which way he's gone?
Yeah, so into the Moo Row, across towards Neesham Road, Yarm Road sort of way. 2406 Darlington CCTV.
Your camera that's looking into Eastbourne Park at the minute.
I was just wondering, the mister that we passed the circulation for, don't know from this point where he would have ran to.
It's just whether your camera would have been pointing this way, or is it generally pointing into the park?
No, it points at the park. We'll never leave it on the houses.
Yeah, received.
Jane, is there any update? And what was his demeanour like?
He's had a fallout about not being allowed access to his tablet, and he's bolted out the back of the house. Although this has happened before, he's never been out this late.
It's only because they swore at me and I don't like people swearing at me.
What's happened is they've had an argument and then he stormed out. So he's gone in the mood.
Det finns inga övervakningsbilder som visar vart Joshua begav sig. Poliserna vill veta hur han klarar sig på egen hand.
Would you know to ask for help if he was worried about being away from you for too long and needed to get back? He'd know how to.
I always say go down to the police station.
Does he have any money on him at all?
No, it's all there. I've just counted.
Mobile phone?
Doesn't have one.
Okay.
Has Joshua got any siblings, brothers or sisters?
No.
No. Oh, so it's just you and Joshua that live here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll run off to calm himself down. It's his release, I think, of whatever's going on in his head. I can't stop. My whole body shakes when I'm worried.
Joshua utvecklas långsammare än andra barn och han har haft problem med sina känslor ett tag. Det är hans tredje rymning på 2 månader. Tidigare har han återvänt innan det blivit mörkt.
Right, you are there. Oh, you got one.
When I had Josh, he was 5 weeks premature and they took him away, put him in an incubator, and I thought he wasn't coming back to me. Because he was premature, he was not developing as much as he should have done when he was a baby. He wasn't hearing properly and he wasn't speaking properly. I said, no matter how hard it gets, we're going to get through it together. I hate it, feeling like this. I am so scared now. Because he could hit by a car. I've explained the dangers and strangers.
Can I have a quick look around, do you mind? Just sometimes children hide and things, so...
A lot of the times we can be confident in that, although we're worried for the children they're missing, that they are streetwise, they can look after themselves to a degree. With Josh, because of his age, his level of maturity, his ability to cope socially outside, when you get all those factors put together, you're dealing with a child that is vulnerable, then you do start to worry.
You said he's got an all-day bus ticket?
Yeah.
Does that allow travel outside of Darlington?
No, just in Darlington.
All right, so it can only be on Darlington on the transport with that ticket?
Yeah.
So we've got a 12-year-old boy that's missing from home that we've got concerns for. So just wondering, with it getting dark now, if there's any chance of you getting a message out to your drivers with a description of him.
Joshua har busskort och kan resa en dryg halvmil från hemmet. Han har varit borta 3,5 timme och kan befinna sig var som helst i Darlington.
Evening. We've got a 12-year-old missing person. He's 5 foot tall, wearing a white superhero T-shirt with blue glasses and mousy blonde hair.
Yeah. Walking around the town, possibly.
Could be in the town, mate. Could be in the town.
As soon as we see him, we'll keep holding and give you a ring.
Cheers, lads. Thank you.
We've been requested by supervision to assist with the search for this 12-year-old misplaced. Can you give us some information, please?
He's in the 12 to 14 category.
Statistik från tidigare fall hjälper polisen att välja sökområden.
It would say that the top quarter would be found at their home address or have returned to the home address. The next 24% at a friend's address, and then 19% traced walking in a public street or park. In Joshua's case, he is known to frequent a couple of the parks in Darlington.
How long if you concentrate your efforts around the town centre and parks and recreational areas? Apparently he goes into parks and he's quite open to talking to people.
This is a hangout spot for a lot of our missing kids. Evening, all right?
It's nice to see some friendly faces.
Definitely not a 12-year-old.
Poliserna har letat i centrum, i parkerna och på de lokala sjukhusen. Men det finns inga spår efter Joshua. De försöker lära sig mer om hans personlighet.
He's got a superhero t-shirt on.
Oh, he wants to be like Doctor Who. He thinks he's a superhero at the moment.
The Avengers on, or yeah.
He wants to be Captain America because that's his idol. But it's someone to look up to.
How about friends in other areas?
No. He thinks he's a big hard lad and he's not. He's a big softie. He's got this great nature.
That's Mikey out the Ninja Turtles.
What about this?
That's the Master out Doctor Who. Hey, Grandad.
It's Doctor Who. It's all Doctor Who. You can name all his enemies, you know, the Daleks and all the other people that Doctor Who's been against. It's fantasy, and it's away from reality, I suppose. And he can pretend in his own mind that he's one of those.
If he likes the fantastical elements, and if he's had an argument with his mother, then he is maybe going to try and create his own adventure to escape the pain of the argument that he's had. But with kids, especially younger kids, who maybe don't have the social circle, it is a massive worry, because you wonder, is this child just basically wandering around all over the place, too scared to come home?
Hello? Not yet. I'm bowing up. Okay, Mum. Don't like it. Don't like feeling like I'm helpless and useless. I can't sit still. Please put it down now. It's the scariest moment, not knowing where he is. Is he all right? Has he hurt himself? I feel guilty. He's my son. It's my responsibility as a mum to be his protection. And that's why I feel guilty. We shouted at each other. He says nasty things, so I say nasty things back. And that's why I feel guilty, because I shouldn't have said it.
She's having a rough time with her being on her own.
I just want to cuddle him. I just want to know he's safe.
Other people, you know, they've got the partners. If the kids are getting wild, they're riling mum up, she can pass them to dad. She hasn't got that. We try and help her out.
I really do love him. The longer it takes, I just want him home.
Yeah, there's 3 young lads back on the main field on the cells kicking a ball about. Can't get close enough for any ID.
Övervakningskamerorna har fångat en sak.
Yeah, it's on camera. There's 2 or 3 on the basketball pitch now. I think it says that he's sat on the bench watching them.
So he's not with them, he's sat on his own watching.
2724. Can you make your way to that location and check the identity of that young lad?
He sat aside from the group playing basketball, watching them sat on a bench.
CCTV will guide you in.
Good chance that, well, it's the best we've had so far.
Darlington CCTV from 2724. We're at the Sells Park. That lad hasn't made off, has he?
Don't believe so.
How you doing, kids? All right? What's your name?
Luke.
How you doing, Luke? All right? Yeah. A young lad called Josh, who's gone missing from home. He's only 12 years old. Right.
I know someone called Josh who lives down there, though. Does he have glasses?
He has glasses, yeah.
Yeah, I know someone who lives down there.
One. Yeah, he came earlier.
When was that, mate? Do you remember when that was?
But 3:30, 4 o'clock.
3:30, 4 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. All right.
What time did he go missing?
About 5. 7062 from 2724.
The lad that we've got is with Mum, and she's confirmed it isn't him.
We have a confirmed sighting, but by the little kid who said it was 3:30, but you have to question his concept of time when Mum's saying it was much later than that.
Luke, back the wall!
You're now thinking, it's late. Why hasn't he been spotted? You know, and why hasn't anybody rang in yet? As a 12-year-old boy, what skills does he have to manage to get through a night in the dark with nobody?
Nästan hälften av alla försvunna 12-åringar hittas inom 5 timmar.
It's stressing me out now.
Nu har Joshua varit försvunnen längre än så.
I'm just waiting here in case he turns up at home.
Well, there's a worry from one of the previous officers who's had face-to-face dealings with him that he's quite talkative to strangers. So concern would be that is he aware of his dangers, personal safety? That's the main concern at the moment for me.
The biggest fear is that somebody snatches that child. As a police officer, you're very well aware that there's more people out there that would do that than maybe the general public think or believe.
At 38, I wouldn't want to be in Darlington town centre at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday night by myself with no resources and no ability to get home. And he's a 12-year-old boy. He's putting himself in an extremely vulnerable position by walking out of home. And perhaps he doesn't understand the seriousness of the situation.
This is the frightening thing, that he just goes off anywhere. Is running away from everything he knows, and then he's in his own little bubble. But he doesn't seem to have fear. This is the frightening thing. He's so friendly. We've tried to explain him that there's men and women out there. I said, because you're too friendly, you're too trusting, they could quite easily take you away, they could harm you, both physically, mentally. What has happened to a young girl up the road? 17, never came home. She was murdered.
It was a few years ago. She'd met somebody online and he'd groomed her. Unfortunately, she was found murdered just on the outskirts of Darlington. Your experience will tell you that it's not likely to turn out badly, but you're aware that this could be the case that does.
This is not like Josh. 10 to 10 now. Come on, Joshua. Knock on the door, do something to let me know you're all right. Where is he? I feel ill now. I want to know where my son is. I want to go and find him. I need to be with him, wherever he is, if he's been hurt or anything like that.
Bobby, come on,
Yes, come across a young male in our area. We were notified by a member of the public who noticed him just hanging around in the town centre. Could you tell me if you're looking for him?
Yeah, what's his name? Or where's he from?
His name is Joshua Jeffrey Graham Seabrook.
When you get that call that they're with another police force or another police station, and you know they're with colleagues, and you know that you can safely make that call to Mum and pass on the good news. For everybody involved, it really is a sense of relief.
Hello. No, there's some excellent news. He's been found.
Where was he?
He's in South Shields, believe it or not. It's all right. He's been found.
No, but it's not the point. I thought the worst.
I know.
Thank you.
All right. He's safe and sound. He's come to no harm. He's with our friends over in Northumbria. So we're going to drive straight up there and get him and bring him back.
They should probably just got on a bus and thought that he was near to home and not realised how far he's travelled, so... All right, you okay?
Not really.
I know it's upsetting, but...
I just want to cuddle him, but
I know.
I'm angry as well.
Yeah.
It's natural. You get it with kids. Say you want to cuddle them and strangle them at the same time.
South Shields is... It's not exactly the nearest point in Northumbria's area.
No, it's not.
So it's fair to say that he's not been found this evening where we would have expected to find him.
How are then, you little monster? Take your mask off. I'll see your face. How are then?
Right, what's your name, Josh? Yeah. Can you come to South Shields anymore with your mum? Okay. Your mum next time? Yeah.
I'm Simon. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Right, now I've got that out of the way, like I say, I did warn you there was going to be a telling off part of this.
Yeah.
Okay? And part of that is that you have done something today that is bad, daft, and has also led to your mum being terrified as to where you are and what's been up with you. And just think anything could have happened to you while you've been on that bus today, travelling all over the place, and no one would have known.
It's hard to be a parent. I struggle with Josh. His dad's never bothered with him, so... He's craving for friendship. He hasn't got a dad figure, so maybe he needs to talk or get his frustration out on something. And it does scare me, because I don't know what's going on through that little head.
Oh, I'm shattered. But not time for my bed.
What time do you normally go to bed?
About 9-ish.
Being a fan of the superheroes as you are,
Yeah.
do you look up to them?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go back to being like a bit of a boring policeman type, dad type person, all right? And give you a bit of advice, all right? If you like the superheroes so much, what do you think the superheroes would have done today? What would have been the right thing to do?
Go to the home planet and figure it out.
So let's have your bedroom be your home planet. That's like your Krypton, your fortress of solitude.
Gallifrey.
Your Gallifrey. Your bedroom is your Gallifrey, right?
Yeah, which is Doctor Who.
So now I have that as a promise. Yeah?
Yep.
Pinky promise you can't back out of that.
No, double pink.
Ah! You're just trying to arm wrestle me, aren't you? It's like a secret way to get me into an arm wrestle.
No, it's a double pinky. Sorry, Mum.
That's not nice, is it?
No.
And how did you get to South Shields? What money did you have?
Didn't use that bus ticket.
That shouldn't have got you to South Shields.
Well, it did.
Yeah, I think the bus drivers haven't been paying that much attention. But fairly made sure that he's never going to run off again because we have twice quadruple pinkied. Promised.
It's not a laughing matter, Josh. It's serious. Thank you.
You're welcome.
He should be old enough now not to do things like this. Well, Josh won't open up of why he's done it. I just feel the need to do it.
In the nicest possible way, fingers crossed we don't see you again.
Hopefully.
Cheers.
Do you understand why your mum gets cross?
Yeah.
And your grandparents? Why is that, do you reckon, though?
Because they know that something's wrong with me, but they don't let me run away. They care about me so much.
And what sort of stuff goes through your mind?
Hatred, stress, anger, fear.
What, all those things?
Yep. It's kind of hard to be like a kid that's not different to the rest, but keeps on getting bullied by other kids. They just have a go at me, punch me, and all these nasty other things that I can't go into details about. They're not very nice at all.
The most common age groups with missing from homes, probably sort of 14 to 16. I think that's a really difficult age for most young people. I think it's about fitting in. Children want to fit in, be with their peer groups, and if they don't adhere to that and the friends at school or the associates at school think that they don't dress the same way as they do or it's not fashionable, then that just becomes another factor to be picked on for. And they just don't realise, they're just not old enough and not wise enough to realise the impact that that's having.
It will be revenge.
Police emergency.
Hello, I wonder if you could possibly help me. It's my daughter. She's actually ran away from home. She's left a really disturbing note and I'm very concerned. She's 13 years of age.
What does it say on the note?
So basically she's not fit for this world and you know that it's better off without her, and she's quite a strong kid but she's very deep.
Right.
And she's been, you know, like, nobody likes me, you know, she only has the one friend and it was because she's been getting bullied at school, so we had a meeting with the school tomorrow.
Right.
Vartannat barn utsätts för mobbning i skolan.
I don't like this, really is worrying me.
No, definitely.
It's not like her.
So she's never done anything like that before, no?
She's not ran away from home ever.
What's her name?
It's Katie.
Katie. She never once run away. She always ends up talking to us about it. I'll put Lindsay on for you, Sheila. Hold on. Yeah, sure, Sheila.
Okay, thank you. Are you, honey?
Aye, this one just done there.
No, it's all right, sweetheart. We've got all the police and everything over, and I'll keep you informed. But if you see or hear anything, just let us know.
Mamman Jackie och partnern Lindsay har inte sett Katie sedan i morse.
No, we've kept her at home this week because there's been an issue with a schooling.
Jackie?
Yeah?
On Katie's laptop here, there's a password hint, Mario.
All righty, thank you.
Does that...
Oh, Yoshi.
Yoshi.
Will do, thank you, honey.
Spot on.
A missing person in a negative frame of mind is a completely different matter to deal with. And when you find a suicide note, everything else goes out the window. The parade room at the station will empty and you will get every available officer will go and look for that child.
Yeah, myself in 1636 will attend that search.
Brilliant, thank you.
Myself in 2606. No, I don't know.
Brilliant, thank you.
Yeah, I think we need to find this little one as soon as we can.
15 minuter efter larmet letar 10 poliser efter Katie i Ferry Hill.
She's described as 5'3", slim build, with long dark hair. She's got blue eyes and a lot of freckles. It's very unusual for her to do anything like this.
Sökspecialisten Paul Black leder fallet.
So what we've got is Katie Breen, 13 years of age, who lives just over the back in this housing estate here. Been having problems at school, issues with other kids. This morning, mum and partner have gone to work. She's going to be staying at home. Grandparents arrived at the home address and have found a note from the child basically saying, too much, goodbye.
We want to allocate, say, 4 officers for each area and start doing that now. And
just get them pushed on.
Get them pushed
and
on.
Then if somebody can keep a log of who's gone into which area.
Who's gone to which area, yeah.
And then time they started, time they finished.
Right.
There's no hard and fast rules. Everyone has their own story and different triggers.
About the girl, you haven't seen anyone? Not one at all, thank you.
So you've got to try and understand that individual at that moment in time.
Vid ett försvinnande är den första timmen viktig.
Did you take a phone with her?
No, not taking a phone.
Katie hade varit försvunnen i 2 timmar när polisen larmades. Paul och teamet måste arbeta snabbt.
Every minute that goes by, that worry increases. And the longer it takes us to get going on a search, the more critical it is to the individual that's missing.
She's planned it though, because she's left a 2-page letter. It's the darkness in the letter and the, you know, like what she says in the letter, it's just so disturbing and so worrying. It's not just I'm running away, I can't take it anymore, it's I'm running away and you'll see me in the sky. That day, I remember snippets of that day. To be honest, I seen her going to her bed the night before. There was no signs that it was affecting her that much. And that's the scary thing, because we always felt we knew her better, we could see these things. And I spoke to the deputy head who was trying to sort it out, and literally 10 minutes before I found out about all this, he phoned me to say, right, I've managed to get her back into the form that she was in.
Katie hade fått veta att hon skulle hamna i samma klass som några av mobbarna.
These people who've been bullying her at the school, has she had any contact via, you know?
They text Eden all the time. Our pal Eden, she's been a really good friend with Katie. But these girls are so cruel. You know, they literally text Eden and say, you can get back into the group if you dump Katie. So I would suggest probably, it's all right, I would suggest probably maybe speaking to Eden.
My friends that I had didn't like her and didn't want to hang around with us. I think they were just expecting me to kind of say, oh, sorry Katie, my friends don't like you, bye. But I didn't want to do that. We got on so well.
Hon skulle inte längre få vara med sin enda riktiga vän, Eden.
I knew that she wasn't going to be in school that day. It was break, and I got a text. I'm running away, possibly killing myself. You're the best friend I've ever had. I love you. A lot of me was hoping that it was just a complete over-exaggeration, but there was another big part of me that knew that that just wasn't the case, that it was serious and immediate panic set in. I did know for a fact that if she wasn't found, anyone who was responsible, I refused to speak to them again. That was kind of what I'd promised myself.
It wasn't just that she was fed up with the way things were. She went to kill herself. It was that bad. And that, it's parents' worst nightmare.
Just a bit more information. One of the neighbours in the street has seen her this morning. Outside, 22:10. She's seen her walk past her home address, dressed all in black, towards the wooded area, we believe.
Grannens tips får polisen att leta i skogen intill och vid ett gammalt stenbrott.
Everything's pulling us here. You know as well as I do, it's dense. So if we concentrate on the woodland area and then leave the open area to the helicopter, then we can cover the ground a little bit more quickly.
Air support is vital. To cover an area like that on foot and to cover it thoroughly, you're talking days. We didn't have that option.
Any updates for the impasse?
I'm just replying to them now. Both hours are offline at the moment. One from Wakefield, currently on detail with a firearms job. Just trying to get an update.
Listen.
Someone who may be in the public arena with a firearm is a greater and immediate risk to the wider public. Unfortunately, with cuts, we now have to share the air support resource with other police forces, so there's only 1 or 2 helicopters in the northeast region. And sadly, we're not first in the queue on this occasion.
Helikoptern är inte tillgänglig och de tvingas söka igenom området till fots.
Because the police are keen to get out as well. I want you in front, I don't want you behind.
Yeah, ready to go.
Polisen har bett en volontärgrupp med sökhund att hjälpa till.
We've just had confirmation that the place last seen is actually here. Right. So she's gone down there. Yeah. What I want you to do, down the track here, and Dave will take you down and turn right here. There's a quarry here, which we've searched on a number of occasions for similar issues. The further on that you get, the steeper it gets. Okay.
De börjar leta efter Katie i skogen.
As far as the dog's concerned, it's playing a big game of hide and seek. Somebody's out there hiding, and it's the dog to find it.
Have you found anything on there to do with it?
There's literally one document which looks like some kind of role play, like almost like a script.
Mm-hmm.
Polisassistenten Matt Gunby söker efter ledtrådar i Katies dator.
The reason why initially I started looking through the computer was in case she'd written anything else on there, if she had any kind of diary or anything like that. But there was nothing really that kind of gave the game away as to where she might have gone. She just seemed like a normal teenager.
That's her when we were in Scotland. She was only 9.
Jackie skilde sig för 4 år sedan och flyttade hit från Skottland med Lindsay och dottern.
She's grown up a lot since then. Katie was always with me. From the moment Katie was born, Katie hardly ever left my side. And she was a very bubbly, very happy child. She was very outgoing. She wanted to be friends with everybody. She wanted to sort the world. She got involved in all the school plays and she was singing. And I was just so proud of her. Lindsay and myself were both like, wow.
I always thought I was going to be one of those people who wasn't lucky enough to have kids at all. And it's been the best thing that's ever happened to us.
I've seized a laptop which I've managed to access, and the password for that is Yoshi, just in case you need that for anything. There you go. Nice one. Cheers.
She's such a loving me lassie. You know, even in the letter she wrote, she says, you know, you and me Moy cuddle close at night and know I'll be with you. And know that I'm in, what was it? At night, when you look at the moon, I'll be there. That people can make somebody feel like that.
It started when she started secondary school. The people that she was hanging about with wanted to do that. I'm not a kid anymore. I want to be an adult. Katie being Katie went, well, I'm not ready for that yet. I don't want to grow up yet.
In secondary school, a lot of people look down on you if you're different. Fake tan, draw their eyebrows up, like have to look their idea of perfect. So if you're not as good as everyone else.
It made it worse because she obviously had, 2 mums. And people just saw her as an easy target, and it was a case of, oh my God, not only are you Scottish, but you're weird, and you're a weirdo with 2 mums.
Down here, the big safety concern is that's the northeast main line, and it's really busy. We don't like to get people or animals near the northeast main line.
And I guess sometimes bullies don't even realise that they're being bullies. Exclusion was never ever something that they'd really experienced too much. You could be surrounded by hundreds of people, but you can still feel really alone. It almost feels as if nobody cares.
You feel like the worst parent ever. I told you I would sort this, Katie. I told you to trust me on this. And that feeling of failure, that she didn't trust us enough to do that. I failed because I didn't protect her.
Police are seriously concerned for the welfare of a missing 13-year-old County Durham girl. Katie from Ferry Hill was last seen by a neighbour early this morning.
Det område som de 25 poliserna letar igenom är nästan 20 kvadratkilometer stort.
I was speaking to a chap who was out walking his dog. He said about an hour and a half ago he saw a young female. We've had a female attend Ferry Hill police officer. She's saying that she's seen a female matching the description enter the wooded area known as the Cause.
It was just, I was down Doggy Wood this morning with walking my daughter's dog, and there was a young girl walking along the path down there. But she was really going what I thought was nowhere, and I thought it was strange, just a young kid on her own, that's all.
Currently on the track that's been pointed out by our witness, we're almost on the quarry. But prior to the quarry there's a large sort of lake area of deep water. God forbid anything's happened, but it's deep water, so it's worth noting on the log.
Any updates? Nothing. No. No. None of us are all right. It's the waiting and just knowing she's out there. She likes her food and also she'll be hungry.
Especially if she only took a jar of pickles.
Is there one in the fridge or 2?
There was 2, she's only took 1.
No, she's not. That was me the other week.
So she hasn't took any?
She hasn't taken anything to eat.
If there's been a little bit of preparation behind it and they're taking food, water, or taking the mobile phone, that would be less of an issue. But if it looks as though they haven't prepared and they've just left everything and gone, that increases the risk for me. They're not thinking about their own welfare, they're not thinking about survivability, clearly they're not wanting to be out for long periods of time. And the longer it goes on, I'm starting to fear the worst. Not that I want to think the worst's happened, but I'm starting in the back of my mind to think it's not looking good.
Efter nästan 7 timmar får de till slut hjälp av helikopterteamet.
Go ahead.
Can you just give particular attention to the marshland and the open water that is labelled on the US map as the cars?
Yes.
And then the open ground around the wooded area to the east side of the railway lines.
Yeah, all the same.
These are the boggy area that we can't get into will be where the infrared will be most used if he's using it, because the water in there will be relatively cool and anything that's alive in there will be relatively warm. So you'll get a big temperature difference and hence a big difference in the amount of infrared radiation given out, which will stand out a mile on his camera.
Go ahead.
Past 3-1, has this female got a dog with her?
I'm liaison at the minute for the Miss Purr's family. The dogs are all accounted for, they're here in the address.
Helikopterteamet täcker all öppen mark. Men de ser inga spår efter Katie.
Hiya. Did you by any chance see Katie leave the house this morning? No. That's what all this is.
She missing? What did she go to school?
No. Come here. Come here.
I've seen them out there with a picture. It just makes it so real.
Don't find her. She's coming home. She's coming home.
How on earth do I try and make her feel better about what's going on? How do I give her some reassurance that everything's going to be all right? Because I don't know if it's going to be.
They will find her. It'll be all right.
Everything that is going on through that earpiece in that radio, you have to listen to, you have to know what's going on outside that house. And it's up to you to decide what you tell the family and what you don't.
They're going to do the entire estate, all right, not just the route where she's been seen. The helicopter, as you've heard, is in the air now.
I can't promise people that things are going to be all right. So, how do you fill the silence?
Come on then. Come on then. I've done up to that first basin just in there. Done that. Across the footpath, up to the top, and then back the top end of the wood.
I believe I've located the cave. I've had a good hunt round. I can't see anything obvious.
Yeah, I've checked the farm tracks, the back of the garage. I've checked the footbridge that goes over the railway line, and it's a negative.
Big hollow wooded area. I've managed to get out the other end. I'm fairly happy that's clear.
Darren, please, how can I help?
Hi there, there's been a girl missing.
Right.
I work over at Trimden on a farm there. There was a girl walked up our drive about an hour and a half ago. She was walking back towards Trimden village. Like, she just had jeans on and like a dark top and then just a rucksack.
Is there any reason why she would go to Trimden?
No. The only time we go to Trimden is we go for a takeaway and that, but we basically come straight back.
Yeah.
Trimden's not a place that I would say. I can't see her being able to get to Trimden.
Notified to all officers who might be still out searching for the missing person. If you could start and make your way back in.
I'm just waiting for the sergeant to contact me. He said they've got her. She's all right. She's all right.
I told you. Oh. Thank you. Was she okay?
She's all right. She's all right.
Oh, where is she?
That was her on the road to Trimden.
It was her.
Confirming she's fitting well.
They do all officers. For information, Katie has been located. She's currently fitting well.
Here she is.
Jackie, she's here, baby.
Oh, baby, come here. Come here. Oh, darling. You should have talked to us.
I didn't want you to be angry when you came home.
Darling. Oh, darling. You can always talk to us, you know that. We love you so much. Oh, baby. Come on. Come on. We love you so much. Please don't ever forget that. Oh, baby.
Are you tired, kid?
Katie, these bullies, it's not worth it. Don't let them ruin your life. It's just not worth it. You've got a loving family here who've been so worried about you. It's not worth it at all, kiddo. Yeah?
And do you know something? They haven't got half of what you've got. And that is...
Grounded till you're 30.
No, a pure heart and a loving heart.
All right. Take care now, okay?
Thank you so much. Because we used to go
Why
to
Trimden?
I don't know, I just followed the road.
You just kept on walking?
Just kept walking.
I can relate to Katie's case quite a lot. There were times where I did get bullied. You feel worthless, you feel pathetic, you feel like you can't talk to anyone about it. It's not weird, it's not wrong to have those thoughts. We're all human, we all suffer at one time or another. But what is important is that if you find yourself having those thoughts, that you discuss it with people.
Hello, sweetheart. How are you?
Just about.
See, many people love you, and many people have been worried because we love you. And you need to always remember that.
Kids don't just need to talk to you, you need to talk to your kids. You need to be aware of what's going on. You need to, pay attention to not only the big stuff, but it's the little stuff that people miss on a daily basis. Because it makes all the difference.
Are you going to do your job, son?
Yeah.
And what else? Are you going to help put the washing out?
Yeah. I'll sort my magazines, that ones that I want and don't want.
Exactly.
Joshua försöker lägga svårigheterna i skolan bakom sig. Han jobbar hårt för att ställa allt till rätta efter rymningen.
Do you think you'll be okay in the future?
Yeah, I will be. I'll be fine. I can manage, even though that it can be hard to do. But you can always look up to the universe and the birds and the stars if you're looking now at night. It's actually quite magical and powerful, and I'm not afraid to tell the whole world about this because I did go through this, and this is my life story. And that's me.
Ducks! I've obliterated you this time. Yeah, but I beat you last time.
Katie är tillbaka i sin gamla klass med Eden och pluggar nu inför examen.
What do you want to do?
I want to be a zoologist.
Why?
Because I like animals more than I like people. After the whole event, I had a counsellor. So it made me feel a lot better about it because I was able to just get it out of my system and talk about it. So I didn't feel so bubbled up inside. There's still ups and downs, but things are definitely going in the right direction now. We're not the most popular, not the most cool, but you know, we've got a good group of people who'll always have my back, I'll always have theirs, and I think it's important that Katie now knows that she does as well. I know it sometimes seems like there'll never be a light at the end of the tunnel, but you're not alone, there's other people who are in that tunnel as well. You can work together and find your way out.